Hello and welcome to the Awesomenauts Beta Patch 2.8, which is coming relatively soon. I don't actually have a date for this. But anyway, it brings quite a few changes and a lot of cosmetic changes, which is gonna make Awesomenauts a lot more appealing and easier to understand. One of the functional changes you can see right here is the global chat. The global chat will now tell everybody that you are in the chat when you log into the game, which is kind of cool. You don't really need this. I mean, it is defaultly closed, so if you don't want to be bugged, you can just ignore it. You can also choose one of the chat channels here, the general chat, looking for a game, which is really cool because you can now play custom games with people you've never met before. There is no matchmaking queue for custom games such as Randomnauts and you know, any sort of thing you might be thinking of. Strategy room, I guess, is for discussing strategy. No spam bucket for stuff. And you also have Russian, French, German, Spanish and Portuguese chat, which is kind of awesome to see. Also, there is a big announcement that Awesomenauts has been putting together a esports tournament. Details we will see soon in a announcement, another official announcement from Ronimo Games, or maybe even a stream. It's gonna be cash money prizes, and it is gonna try to get into the competitive scene more officially. This is a Ronimo hosted tournament, and the others were a bit like for a party. This being said, the game is still fun. It's a bit more precise now, and it still has the same fun, you know, happy-go-lucky type of game, which is really cool. A lot more polished, a lot more accuracy, so randomness does not exist anymore. That's a bad thing in the competitive game. So, needless to say, you don't have to be a tryhard in this game to play it. You can play it for funsies, and that's how it all started, and I hope it stays like that. So, play for fun, and you will win a lot of games. Alright, I had quite a lot of losses recently in the stream, in the streams, because of the new changes. I'm still adapting to that, and I'm learning a few new knots, because, you know, sometimes you need to change stuff. Speaking of changing stuff, we shall now go into the game, and there will be a jump cut here, just because there's a lot of things I need to edit, so jump cuts. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is what they changed to Skolldir. It is, I am a Skolldir player, and this change is pretty significant. It might not seem like it, but it is pretty damn significant. Let's go and show you. So, the sound assets might be a bit different on the base skin. We're gonna go for the main change of this, which is the earthquake. Okay, let's wait for the droids to spawn so we don't have any issues with Volta just intervening and cutting things off, as he usually does. Now, normally, when you're
I have prepared some droids. They should be there any second.
Now, normally when you use the earthquake...
I see you bought all the wrong items. Peculiar strategy.
Thank you, Volta, you're quite kind. Alright, so, usually when you use the earthquake in midair, you usually just drop like stuff from the sky, which was very awkward in the past. So now the earthquake, or how I like to call it, the buttquake, just appears on the ground, as you can see there. If you missed it, no worries, I'm going to show it again. It also has like a pretty big visual upgrade. So this is how the earthquake looks right now. Looks pretty damn awesome, I could say. Now we shall go for a few modifiers. Let's go for volcano. I can show you that. Looks pretty awesome. Let's go for length. Again, pretty damn awesome. And then let's go for stun. And now the poison damage is, you know, damage over time is marked with purple, even if it's not poison damage and it's like just burn damage, which is also pretty cool. If we're still in like color changes, one major thing added to this patch is the addition of colorblind mode. If you're colorblind, this might be good for you. Mind you, in the beta it is not completed yet, and things will look awkward, such as we now have this matching color bar to everything we have. This is pretty good, even if you're not colorblind. It's pretty good to like distinguish the team's HPs, which is quite cool. It also changes a few effects, such as Voltar's like trail, or maybe even changes something regarding Skolldir. Apparently not. So why do I say this is not completed? As you can see, the health bars from the turrets are not red. It might seem a bit monochromatic, but I guess I'm not colorblind, so I don't know how much this helps or not. So if this helps you play the game better, then I am all for it. Alright. In regards of other changes, I think there is no change to the throw, maybe a few more particles. I think the sound has been changed a bit, which is kinda cool. I'd like to see that. As for the gnome, don't think the gnome had TNT written on it before. I can't remember that, but maybe it did, and I just didn't realize it. Anything else, the range is the same. Lifesteal looks the same. Stun punch looks the same, and deflect projectiles has no like special effect right now. They just disappear. Alright. And when you take damage in this state, your damage meter will take damage in form of white, as you can see here. Alright. Again, the sound assets have been added to all the knots since last patch, so this is not a major issue. Now, another jump cut to another Awesomenaut.
No guts, no glory.
Alright, I'm here to show you the extra things that Skolldir has on other skins. This is the Jotun or Jotun Skolldir, and the Earthquake looks slightly different on this one, so you might want to see in case you bought this. This is one of the most expensive skins, so because it has like 2 skins in one. So the red version looks like this. That's how the Earthquake looks, and you can hear the searing magma. I'm gonna add the volcano. See, it has changed particles, still has that. So if you were wondering what's the point of magma Skolldir, it looks more fiery, and I like that quite a lot. Alright, as in for all the other things, there's nothing changed. Now for the ice Skolldir.
I can't believe they charged me for 2 seats.
Alright, now that we are ice Skolldir, I can show you the enhanced version of the Earthquake. Also, you can hear the like heavy breathing, which is kind of cool. So this is like the normal Earthquake. Ice looks amazing right now. The old one was a bit iffy, but this one looks pretty cool. Right, ice shards, let's say that. Looking pretty good. And you know, the extensive range. Extended range looks pretty amazing. Everything else is pretty much the same. Also, as an added thing, they also changed the Wraith Stone. It now doesn't give you more health on creeps, it just gives you flat 5% damage reduction, which is a big deal on tanks. Pretty big deal in case you're getting like bursted down, and if you already have like a shield, it will stack quite nicely. So yeah, that's a pretty good thing to have. Alright, now let's go for other characters. Alright, as for Swiggins, there have been quite a few changes to him. He apparently jumps a bit higher now, and he has a new way to use his anchor hook and his drop anchor, so this is quite a big gameplay update. Let me show you. So, when you normally use the anchor hook, you will drop down and the anchor hook will drop down with you, which makes aiming a bit hard to do. Now, you will do this. You remain in midair while the anchor hook is shooting. That is pretty cool. Not only that it looks cool, but it also is very functional because you can hit targets much more reliably. Now, if you cast your anchor down, you normally have to go near it, and then it will go, automatically go back to your arm. But now you have the recall thing. Now, if you watch closely in the other videos, a lot of knots have this like interaction. It will notify you to recall or call your blade back as free. They detonate as Coco, and maybe even detonate the nuke as Durple. I didn't check that yet. But this is good for clearance, for the game being much more clear and friendly, and the game is freaking out now. Alright, anywho, this is how you get it back. You press again and then it just goes back. You have to do this, you can't just walk by it anymore. So if you walk by it, then you have to just put it back. What does this mean? This means quite a lot of things. Firstly, this accuracy. This means you can oops, that was a bit weird. You can keep shooting with and passing your anchor without a problem. I don't think this was in the other patch, but if it was, well, they added the animation, so it looks cool. Alright, that's pretty alright. Okay, so this was Swiggins. Pretty major update, pretty nice technical thingy. Alright. Alright, another character that has a few changes is Coco. Now, Coco's auto attack is now 360. It's not clipped onto any sort of degree anymore. It is a 360 attack, and also the particle effects look pretty damn awesome. And lighting is pretty cool. As for other things,
they could be there any second.
Voltar is just gonna do that all day, apparently. Alright, we have the lightning ball.
All these really shiny things.
Okay. Also, apparently all the sound assets have been changed. Wow, it sounds so nice. Or maybe I'm just mistaken, but I think this has been overdone, has been redone too. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, so this is how the bowl looks like now. And there's like an explosive shockwave, so people can understand why they got hit and why they got killed. It didn't have that. I mean, it did have that before, but it wasn't really that clear. That's a pretty good thing. As for other things, her blaze is pretty much the same, and everything else is pretty much the same, I guess. Blaze on the ball looks pretty much the same. Nothing seems to be changed regarding that. Just so we can test this, I'm just gonna go see if there's anything. No, everything is pretty much the same. As for homing shots, they look like this. They're the same. Everything else is the same. Alright. Let's see what happens if I buy like the knockback thing. Alright, the knockback thing. It looks the same. What doesn't look the same is the fact that if you look closely on the map here, there is a small little cute Coco icon. Why is that? Because now every character in the game has a small little icon. You can barely see it, to be honest, but you can see it in game, which tells which character it is. In my opinion, these might be better a bit more enlarged, so people can distinguish them a bit better. I have like a decent monitor right now, and I can see it, but it's like very squinchy. The map is also pretty damn small too, so yeah, I guess that's the thing. But hey, it's cute and it's very informative. You know when you're gonna drop down on a clunk or you're on a squishy, which is kind of cool. That is a very useful thing to have. Now let's go and see other things. Alright, as for Coco McFly, the changes to the ball look like this. It's pretty much the same thing. As for Surfer Coco, that's how the ball looks like with petals, which is kind of cool, I guess. I kind of like this. Look at the petals. That looks pretty awesome, to be honest. All right.
Gentlemen, let us commence the assault.
Alright, I'm playing with the Volta announcer, and I'm playing Volta. This is Volta reception right here. Alright, they have changed a few things to the heal bot apparently. It looks like this, and it has pretty nice little patterns now. I shall show you in a place where this is a bit more visible. So it looks like this.
And there they go. Let the battle commence.
I think it's a bit more dim this time. It's not affected from colorblind mode in any way, I see. So let's try this again. Just a bit more, and it looks kind of the same in colorblind mode.
I have the technology.
The particles seem to be improved, and that is a pretty good thing, in my honest opinion. Alright, so those are the effects for Volta, pretty much the same thing on all his skins.
Time to kick butt and chew tobacco.
Alright, another change is Lone Star. Lone Star has some new sound assets to his gun. I think we can all agree that that is much more pleasant that, from, you know, compared to what he currently has. But that's not all. He also has some new effects, such as, look at the bowl. I need some something to spawn so I can use the bowl effectively. Alright, let's go for other stuff.
The droids are on the way.
I'm gonna show you the booming bullets animation now.
The wrong items. Peculiar strategy.
So the booming bullet animation looks like this now. It's a bit more explosive. Much more clear, much more crisp, which is kind of cool. Alright, so the bowl, and every sort of shockwave now appears on screen, as so. It's much more, you know, critical right now. It's much more clear right now to where the shockwave is and how big it is. Alright. Also, if you upgrade to the like big bowl, you can also see that upgraded too. You can see the shockwave is a bit bigger. Alright, so we can now go on to other things. Anything else changed? Not really. The rockets seem to be the same. The dynamite seems to be the same. It bounces, pretty much the same. Let me just see. Nothing different in colorblind mode, and yeah, so far everything is pretty okay. Alright, as for damage over time, I'm pretty sure it has the pink color now. Yes, that's the pink poison color for damage over time, so that is clearly specified that anything that is pink is damage over time. And you know, because it relates to poison. This is not poison, it burns, but still, you get the idea. Alright, the bowl explosion looks pretty cool. The bowl has a like a little smoke effect, as you can see here. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in before, but I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but anyway. So, and the bull horns look, I think, pretty much the same. Yeah, the bull horns look the same right now. So yeah, that is Lone Star in a nutshell. And the skins are pretty much the same thing.
Clunk all wound up and ready to go.
Alright, the next one on the list is Clunk. Clunk now has some new bullets. They look pretty cool. Alright, so now I want you to look right here. Right here, you will see how big the next missile is gonna be. So you can accurately time this whenever you need to, and you can actually accurately stack this. As for explosion and bite, they're pretty much the same. So nothing different here.
Grandmaster Splash in the house.
Another change is to the splash dash for Froggy. Alright, so let's see the effects here. So that's how the bubbling effect, I mean the smash effect on the splash dash looks like now. Let's go up. So that's how it looks like now, and you can also hear the splash, little like splash. The whirlwind looks a bit more see-through, I think, in my opinion. Let me just see that again.
The droids are on the way.
it seems to be a bit more clear
I
now.
see you bought all the wrong items.
Let's try the hammer pants. It does the same. Effect. Kind of the same.
Daddy's got a brand new bag.
Explosion. Come on. Come on. Pretty much the same. I think it looks a bit better now. And the shield. I think it's just a bit more clear now, but nothing too major. Mostly the splash dash, that's how it looks like. Looks pretty cool, it's pretty clear, and I think they just reduced a bit of the particles because it was getting a bit too much on screen. Alright, as for Ayla, the effects are...
I have prepared some droids.
I don't really think they
This
have
should be
changed
there
anything.
any second.
I don't really think they changed any of the
I see you
effects.
bought all the wrong items. Peculiar strategy.
But I'm pretty sure she didn't have this like electricity thing around her range. Don't think she had that. Also, her evil eye looks pretty much the same. So that's pretty much it with Ayla.
Yummy time!
Alright, now we're out to Gnaw, and this is a very small change if any sort. The thing with Gnaw is that I don't play Gnaw, so this might have happened in the past patch, I didn't notice. So when you place a Weedling, there seems to be a new sound. Like that. I think this might be in the like patch 2.7 or not. If it is, I don't play Gnaw. If it isn't, well, this is a new sound for you. Everything else is the same. Like, really the same. So nothing new on the Gnaw front here. Alright, so what is new besides all these
This should
knobs
be there any second.
is the fact that
I see you bought all the wrong items. Peculiar strategy.
you have a little Gnaw icon here, which is really cutesy. And all the Awesomenauts have their own icons. If you have a skin, the icon is still gonna be base Gnaw. You can barely see it. I mean, I kinda need to squinch for this one. So I think they need to be a bit bigger, or they should make the map a bit bigger so you can kinda see them. But yeah, if you play a lot of Awesomenauts and you have a pretty decent monitor, you will be able to kind of understand which is which. So this makes a lot of things a lot better when ganking, because you know you're not gonna gank a clunk and die horribly. Alright. As for another change, there is still that item change that now gives you 5% damage reduction. How that is gonna affect stuff, we don't really know yet. I'm assuming stuff like Swiggins' shield and any kind of shield in the game is gonna not have that item because, come on man, too much damage reduction for the people that already have shields. I think it's good for people that don't have shields. Alright. So, this has been the rundown for patch 2.8 in the Awesomenauts Beta. Things are subject to change, effects are subject to change. As with the scoop, they added quite a few effects after I did the video, so this is not final, but you can get an idea of what's going on. Looking forward to see Awesomenauts as an esport and you online. Thank you for watching this, and see you later. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to remember to click the like button as it helps me quite a lot. And if you are a social person, you can also share it there with people with the same interest as you. Engage with me in conversation using the links on screen in the description. And also, if you are adventuring in the description, you can find some of our sponsors that will give you some pretty cool offers in terms of gaming and all that kind of stuff. I try to bring as many of the good offers to you, so you can also have like a little perk for watching my videos. Speaking of watching my videos, you can also find the previous video in this series on the left side. You can click that in case it works and I didn't forget to put the annotation there, or I was lazy that day. I am sorry if that is the case. And you can also find the mystery, secret, or not so secret link on the right side. This video is here because people like the developers or publishers agreed to let YouTubers like me to monetize and do video game footage on YouTube, and I would like to thank them for that. The more review, the merrier. Thanks again for watching my video. You guys are awesome, and I shall see you in the next video. The more you watch, the more I can make. Thanks again. See you guys later.